Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kamiliya Zahra Alamsyah and my BP number is 20107322032. In this video, I would like to explain another things regarding to CDA or critical discourse analysis. I have 2 points to explain which are first is definition of CDA or CDS and also about the 3 samples of CDA studies. So first is definition of CDA or CDS. So CDA is critical discourse analysis and CDS refers to critical discourse study. Critical discourse analysis and critical discourse studies is a problem-oriented interdisciplinary research movement, school or field which studies language and other semiotic systems in use and subsumes a variety of approaches, each with different theoretical models, research methods, agenda. It aims to advance our understanding of how discourse figures in social processes, social figures, and social change. By critically studying discourse, it emphasizes the way in which language is implicated in issues such as power and ideology that determine how language is used, what effect it has, and how it reflects, serves, and furthers the interests, positions, perspectives, and values of those who are in power. CDA or critical discourse analysis typically is normative. It judges what is right and wrong and addresses social wrongs and rights or mitigates them. CDS denotes the meanwhile CDX or critical discourse studies denotes the expansions of CDA into a larger transdisciplinary research domain and or conveys a rejections of language or language-based analysis as its major focus. In principle, CDA or CDS can be used in relation to any type of topic, in any type of discourse, in any type of medium, and also adopting a variety of types of methodology. So that is about the definition of CDA or critical discourse analysis and also CDS or critical discourse studies. Next, we move to 3 samples of CDA studies. So here I will be explain the research or the studies that have done by people regarding to by using CDA. First is fabricating the American dream in U.S. media portrayal. In U.S. media, portrayals of Syrian refugees, a discourse analytical studies by Bhatia and Jenks on 2018. So, Aditi Bhatia and Christopher G. Jenks investigate media portrayals of refugees within the context of American Dream and argues that the political climate in the era of President Trump of the U.S. With the timeline of 2017 until 2021, which demand a new understanding of how the refugee construct is connected vis-a-vis with the political rhetoric of the Trump administration, as well as to the Syrian refugee crisis. By analyzing opinion, editorial, and news pieces from American mainstream media and also independent news sources from liberal and conservative perspectives, it reveals how American Dreams is used as a rhetorical tool to inform the media's prospective audiences as to how individuals come to understand policy decisions. Next is traces of neoliberalism in English teaching materials, a critical discourse analysis by Babai and Shaki on 2018. So this study is one of many CA or CDS articles that expose neoliberal ideologies and fight back against them. They study those ideologies as manifested in English language, textbooks used in Iranian private institutes. Babai and Sheikhi use systematic and careful analysis to show exactly how neoliberal thinking is manifested in textbook and how it shapes or attempt to shape the learner's view of the world. The findings expose the language examples that convey the high value placed on competitions among individuals, hypothetical scenarios that give importance to economic concerns over healthcare and well-being, and that in highlighting a cosmopolitan and globalized world, English speakers are valued over non-English speakers, and Anglo-American cultures or locations are shown in more positive ways and are advocated for over Eastern ones. And last, we have the selfie as a global discourse, the study by M.Hum and M.Hum on 2018. So this is a critical multimodal discourse analysis of meaning making as it occurs through digital self-portraits known as selfies. By utilizing VDA or VDS, social semiotics, and multimodality, and drawing on a number of scholars from areas, M.Hum and M.Hum examine the meaning potential of the selfies. With a corpus of 100 selfies published on Instagram, they examine interaction with viewers via gaze or gaze and camera shot or angle. Whether the person was represented within a contextualized setting and as performing an action or not, and whether or not the image appeared to be digitally edited. The finding shows that the majority of selfies are of single individuals who are largely under the age of 30, and that more women than men were selfie producers. Also, it found that the majority of images were demanding image in which the person gazes directly at the viewer, and they presented themselves horizontally and frontally with no intention of expressing power for the person in the image, but rather constructing themselves as friends. So everyone, that is my explanation regarding to CDA or critical discourse analysis 2. I thank you for listening and watching until the end, and sorry for mistake. I'm going to close it with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.